Hello students, I'm Ritu. In this video, we'll be discussing collocations. What are collocations? If you've taken IELTS or planning to take IELTS, you all must be knowing collocations are very important for IELTS test takers, or I should say for anyone who wants to enhance one's communication skills or English language skills. So, why collocations are particularly important for IELTS test takers, we'll be discussing this in this particular video. Because in IELTS, we all know that we are being assessed for lexical resource, vocabulary. So, we have to show wide range of vocab to our examiner in our speaking as well as in our writing. Collocations can be extremely helpful for us for getting higher score for lexical resource. So, first of all, we should understand what are collocations. Collocations are coupled words. Coupled words, the words which naturally go together, which naturally exist together. When you use these words, they don't sound unnatural. When you're communicating with a native speaker, it makes your communication more effective, and this is what you want. Because if you want to get higher bands, you should always sound natural. So collocations can really be helpful in sounding natural when you're communicating with a native speaker who can be your examiner. So these are coupled words which naturally exist together, which go together, which seem natural. The use of these words, it looks natural. So we should always use them in our writing as well as in our speaking. Today I have taken the list of 10 collocations which I will be discussing with you, and particularly I have chosen those collocations which we can easily use in our IELTS speakings or writings, particularly in IELTS speakings. So my first collocation is fantastic comeback. Now we can see these are coupled words. They seem natural. The use is not unnatural. What is the meaning of fantastic? It means remarkable. Remarkable comeback. When I want to use these words, in place of these words, I can use this collocation, fantastic comeback. Now, I'll be using these words in sentences also so that it becomes easy for you to understand. How can we use this collocation in our IELTS speaking? There are so many situations in IELTS speakings when we have to speak, when we are given a situation, we have to talk about a person who is extremely successful. So you've chosen to talk about a cricketer, in case you've chosen to talk about a cricketer, and you've chosen to talk about Yuvraj Singh. See, you can say, yes, Yuvraj Singh is my favorite cricketer. After battling with cancer for almost a year, he made a fantastic comeback in the field of cricket. So this is how we can use this collocation. Next is bleak future. Bleak. There are many situations where we want to say the future is very dark, the child doesn't have bright future, and the situation can be that you have to talk about slum dwellers, poor children, and the common word that comes in your mind is the future is very dark, the future is not bright. But we can use better words. We can say the child has bleak future. The slum dwellers, their children, they have bleak future. The children, those who start working at an early age, they have bleak future. So we can use this collocation very easily in our speaking. Next is perfect compatibility. Compatibility is not a very unusual word, very common word which you all can understand. What is the meaning of this word? Compatibility, when two things or two persons are able to exist together. When more than one thing, they are able to exist together, or we can use this for people also. So, perfect compatibility. There is a cue card, talk about a friend who is your, talk about a person who is your best friend. So if you've chosen to talk about your best friend, definitely you can make a person your friend if you are like-minded, if you get along with each other very well. So I can easily use this collocation in my speaking if I have to talk about a person who is my best friend. So that person is my best friend because both of us have perfect compatibility with each other. Or if you're talking about a couple whom you idolize, then in that case also you can say, I idolize that couple because they have perfect compatibility with each other. So very easily you can use this collocation. Next is nasty truth, which in simple words, in other words, we can say bitter truth. Nasty means very bad or unpleasant. So when you want to say this is the nasty truth of the society, that children in my country, they have to work at an early age so that they can be an earning member of the family, so that they can provide financial support to the family. This is the bitter truth. This is the nasty truth of my country. So I am not using common word, I am using nasty truth. This is how collocations can easily replace the commonly used words. Now next is accomplished person. Accomplished means a person who is highly successful in one particular activity or skill. And this situation also quite often we get when we have to talk about people, those who are successful, or the people, those who are famous. So when you are describing that person, you can easily use this word. I like this person, I am deeply impressed, or this person has cast a deep spell on my mind because that person is accomplished. He has scaled heights in his profession because that person is very much successful. Instead of saying that, I can use this collocation, accomplished person. Next in the list is maddening confusion. This collocation we can easily use because many times we are given situations where we have to talk about, where we have to explain the situation where we were extremely confused, where the situation was so difficult that you were extremely confused. Maddening means very irritating. So you were confused to the level that you got irritated. So this collocation can be easily used in the situations where you're talking about, like there are many situations I've seen in IELTS cue cards where you have to talk about a decision that you made. And before making that decision, you were badly confused, extremely confused. So in that cue card, the cue card which is asking you talk about a situation where you made a decision which was extremely difficult for you. So in that situation, we can easily use this collocation that when I completed my 12th and I had to opt for subjects, I was on crossroads. The situation was that I had maddening confusion about my subject choice. I was not able to decide which subject I should opt for. So I had maddening confusion. So in this situation, we can easily use this collocation. Now next is immaculate condition. Immaculate means very neat and clean, perfect. This collocation can also be used in many cue cards. There is one cue card which is talking about describe a place where you would like to read or write. Quite often students choose to talk about a library or their study room or their study in their house. But why is that perfect place for you reading? Because maybe that place offers you immaculate conditions where you can easily concentrate. So here you can choose to talk about library, your personal study, your study room, or any other place, whichever you've chosen, but you can definitely use this collocation easily in that situation. Immaculate conditions. I choose to study in my library, in my college library, in my school library, because that offers me immaculate conditions where I can easily concentrate. Next in the list is mercenary attitude. Mercenary attitude means the attitude where you are simply oriented for money, making money, minting money. And this is very common attitude in many countries of the world where people, they simply are working with the motive of making money or minting money. And you can easily use this collocation in your speaking, that when you talk about government organizations, there you generally find people, they don't have any motivation to work, they are simply working for their wages. That is their mercenary attitude. So you can talk about any government organization or any other organization where you went and you met with the people, those who didn't have any motivation and they were just working with the attitude of making money. Next is futile efforts. Futile, fruitless, useless, no point, pointless. So these efforts, this can easily be used when you have a cue card. There is one cue card in IELTS speaking talk about a situation where you were unsuccessful. So we can easily use this collocation. Why? Because I put efforts, I gave my 100%, I gave my level best, but ultimately I was not able to get success and my efforts, they went futile, or I put futile efforts into that goal. Next is deliriously happy. Deliriously happy, I think this collocation can be used in n number of situations. Why in n number of situations? Because a large number of IELTS cue cards, they have the situation that how did you feel? And your answer is I felt very happy. And we all know that we should avoid these words which use very, like, and all these. Why? Because we want to get higher bands. Higher bands means that I should have wide range of vocab. So when I want to say that I was extremely happy, I was very happy, because deliriously means very excited. So when I want to say that I was very happy, I can easily use this collocation where I can say when I got good grades in my 12th standard, I was deliriously happy. I was on cloud 9. My joy knew no bounds. So I was very happy. Instead of using this, I can easily and comfortably use this collocation. This is the list of 10 collocations which I thought that you can easily use in your IELTS speakings or writings. And you have to keep on adding other collocations also, so that you can easily get higher score in your IELTS speakings. That's all in this video. Till then, goodbye.